I've grown up with the memories of relatives who were murdered in one of history's worst atrocities. But who exactly were they? And what might they have become had their lives not been cut short? My grandmother, Sonja Cowan, recently turned 100. She's one of the Holocaust survivors from my family. She was born in Berlin, the child of Jewish migrants from Poland. She escaped Nazi Germany in 1939 when she was 16. Tragically, her older sister Lottie and mother Tony couldn't leave. Sonja's longevity has been a gift for our family in so many ways. Her house was like another home for me. I spent countless Friday evenings sleeping over. I've been blessed with the chance to talk to her about her life many times. In 1939, Sonja left Germany on the Kindertransport, a refugee rescue program for Jewish children. Sonja's younger sister, Ozel, also survived when she fled the same way. Those kids left on the Kindertransport without their parents. In most cases, the children, like Sonja, never saw their parents again. I often think about the awful sacrifice those parents made. How did they find the strength to send their children away? In 1939, Sonja and Ozel were reunited at the Whittingham Farm School in Scotland, which took in Kindertransport children before they went out into the world. Later, in Scotland, Sonja married my grandfather, a returned Jewish soldier, and they had 3 daughters together. They moved to Australia in 1962. Just before the pandemic, Sonja and I started reading through Tony and Lottie's letters, written in German, that we only discovered in more recent years. They wrote those letters in 1939 and 1940, just before they were deported to the Lodz ghetto in Poland and later killed. Sonja never spoke that much about Tony, but in the lines of those pages, I found a loving and affectionate mother desperately trying to parent her daughters from an impossible distance. In those letters, Tony fights to remain part of her daughters' lives. She repeats the phrase, "Please tell me everything in detail." In one letter to Sonja, her mother asks probing questions about a boy she's been seeing. On the other hand, Lottie had a cheekiness and a fiery streak in her writing. The sibling rivalry dances off the pages. In these letters, I learned how Tony and Lottie had hoped to escape from Germany, but never got the chance. I felt compelled to honour Tony and Lottie by uncovering every possible detail about them. I've searched numerous Holocaust databases and sought out documents. I've tracked down experts in European history who've helped me understand the world my ancestors lived in. Through my research, I discovered that both Tony and Lottie were forced into slave labour for the company Siemens in Berlin before they were deported. Siemens was manufacturing electrical goods as part of the war effort and relied on forced labour. The company has said it deeply regretted using forced labour that included Jews and other ethnic minorities. For years, the black and white photos of Tony and Lottie stared back at me from the hall in my childhood home. Now, more than ever, they feel like family. While I never met Tony and Lottie, I am intimately connected to them through their writing and what I've learned about their short and tragic lives.